Hey guys, finally got this one done. It fought me a little bit, but I ended up figuring out the best way to do it. I'm actually quite happy with this since it fought me so much that I actually figured out how to finish it without giving up. That's one of the best things about modeling is the sense of satisfaction when you actually get one done and you actually don't mind how it looks. I guess why it's still spinning around. I just noticed one thing: I haven't lettered the tires. I was going to take a gel pen. I wanted to wait till the last second to do it. So I'm going to do that. So I guess I wouldn't say it's 100% done. I gave it a nice once over, actually a couple times over with the Novus 2. That stuff is really worth its weight in gold. You really can buff out a lot of imperfections with it, and even if you don't wet sand, if you clear coat, looks really good, and then you take that Novus 2 and go over it once, you'll improve it then quite a lot. As you can see from the sides, it's got a nice reflection. It's not perfect. I think this kit was meant to never be perfect, but it really got rid of a lot of the bad out of it. I end up going over the windows with the future floor polish. Just give it a little coat of the protection on that and give it a little bit more of a shine. I got it sitting here with a trophy I got in one of my other older kits. Figured it would look good with the trophy sitting beside it. Not much of a Ford guy, but this Mustang looks good to me. As you can see, I did the rims with the gold and the black. That really turned out really cool. So, quite happy with this. I did find a way to get the body to fit. I end up gluing the hood and the body together as one piece. It comes off on the chassis very well that way. And I actually built a couple kind of retaining clips to hold the bottom down, and when I take the body off I'll show you with that. There was a few imperfections on the instructions for this. A couple of them were showing where they actually put the parts in the wrong spot. One is the windshield wiper. It was showing you to actually put it under the hood, and it was not showing that where you got to put it is actually on the hood. So I figured that out, fixed that, and that made it a lot better. Let me see if I can zoom in while it's spinning so you can kind of see inside. The steering wheel and the seat did turn out pretty good with the fiberglass balloons, or the glass balloons they call them, the micro balloons. They're actually made for putting in your fiberglass resin to add strength and lightweight, or reduce the weight of it. And it's kind of like a little bit of a fiber, just to kind of give it something else to bond to, but it does reduce the weight quite a bit. That's what I was reading when I was looking it up, and so that's why I went by. Here you can kind of see the gauges they got. I'll show you more once I take it apart. So, and right there I got the exhaust pipes painted up. I got all the little latches on the body done. One thing I found out is that Novus 2, if you get it on your chrome, it will strip the chrome pretty much instantly. It has just enough grit to it to take that chrome right off, and this was good chrome in this kit. The pieces I did try to strip, it took longer than normal, so it was pretty good chrome. So here it is without the body on, the nice rolling chassis. I was pretty happy that I actually can get it where the body and the chassis could be separate. That was a kind of a key feature for this car. A lot of the race ones, they make it so the body actually comes off, so you can see all this nice detail inside. Now I have to peek through the windows like a stalker. I got a little bit more detail I was kind of thinking about adding, but I haven't decided on if I'm going to do it or not. One is the window net. I kind of been holding off on that because I think you might not be able to see the gauges once it's glued on, and I don't think it'll really add that much detail to it. So if you guys got any ideas, let me know in the comments on that. The other thing is I wanted to kind of put some thread in as wires around the ignition coil sets and all that right there that's moving around that platform, and on that back firewall, kind of give it a little bit more detail. And so them are the two ideas I had. How I end up fixing the body mounting was this little block here, and I got one on the other side, and that holds down that piece that clips right here, so it's kind of located right there. There's two little standoffs, and then this piece kind of locks it down and it matches this front piece, so it ended up working out great. I'm gonna try to get an image of the gauges here. I was actually happy with the way they turned out. No decals, I just hand painted and took a toothpick and put the paint in there. The steering wheel, like I said, I used that texture. It really don't show up too much in the camera, but in person it's just enough texture to look like that fabric that they use for the racing steering wheel. There, the seat has a little bit, you can kind of see it there in the bottom. This area here you kind of can see the texture. Now it was smooth before I did that, so it actually does work. You actually can see it. And so in the tires I used my Dremel tool, kind of did the reverse grinding on that. I let the tire spin in my fingers and kind of just tap the Dremel on it a little bit, and then I kick it sideways and let it spin, and I get that look. That's the best way I've ever seen that I can get them tires to look like that, where they actually are nice and smooth, no divots or nothing, and it don't take forever. So here on the back side you got the brake disc cooling, which is the orange line, your fire suspension or suppression. There is a whole bunch of fuel lines. I believe that's the fuel pumps there. One thing is the fuel filler that matches up in the back window fell down the heater vent. I had to actually go down into the crawl space to get that. I can't reach it where it went. And there is the coil packs. This, well, how about that? Well, at least it didn't knock the mirror off. Guess I shouldn't have left it up there. This here, I put Future over that decal because I didn't want to take it out in the clear. It did end up lifting it up. So I never thought that would actually do that, but I end up doing that. It still looks alright, I guess. It's just that part's not going to be shown. This one actually has some cooling lines for the brakes up front. We're glued in. These two on this side are the jacks. We got the pneumatic jacks, and I kind of wonder if there somewhere you actually hook the airline when you're in the pits. And then there's that other block again. So I'm happy this one's done. I really didn't spend a whole lot of time on it. The problems I did have, I was able to fix. And So that was a nice sense of accomplishment, being able to fix the mistakes that I ran into. It's the best part of modeling. Troubleshooting gives you some sense of pride, being able to figure out how to solve those problems. But it ended up turning out quite well. I'm happy with the yellow roll cage. The pictures in the box. Let's see if I can show you. They showed the whole interior except for the dashboard. Steel. Even the gas tank is steel. So, right there it is. See if we can get focused. And I figured that's just pretty much two colors, a couple of lines of red. Everything's black and silver. I know a lot of race cars are black and silver. I see them at the track all the time. But I also do see them where they actually get creative. And they paint that body color, you know, the roll cage, that body color. I like their cars looking good, and usually you'll see them. So, alright guys, let me know what you think. I really like this build. Nice challenge. There is, well, I think there's 3 to 4 other ones of these Mustangs out with it's pretty much just different decals. I see them every once in a while. I think if I run across another one, I'll end up getting one, just because that, you know, look pretty cool. I have a couple other cars that are in the IMSA and SCCA classes, so it'd be nice to have a shelf on in the stand that has all these race cars in them. So, all right, you guys all stay safe. And I also kept on forgetting on the last one. I told you guys I was going to put a picture of how bad that hood was the first time, right after clear, and how far it came. Make sure I put it in this one. I was already having it up to date, or uploading onto YouTube when I remember that. I think it was 98%. I said, well, hell with that. I ain't gonna go through all that problems again just to show one picture. So on this one, I'm going to show pretty much a before and after of how bad that hood was, and what time and what sanding and that Novus 2 end up becoming. So let me know guys what you think about the window net, and what you think about the total build. So stay safe out there, keep on building, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.